All right, so I just got this LG UA7500, and this is gonna be the 50-inch option, although you can get it in a smaller and a bigger option, but I thought this was like a good medium. And I'm gonna be installing this one on this mobile cart TV stand. So I already built the TV stand up. Now the only thing missing is just to put the arm set on the TV and then put it right here. All right, so on the top, it comes with these 2 feet, and there's also gonna be the power cable and also some instructions. All right, so I guess the styrofoam piece just comes right off. Yeah. And then I wanna be very careful with the TV, grabbing it on both sides. Oh, all right, there it is. And there's actually something at the bottom here too, and that's gonna be some hardware and I guess some more instructions and paperwork. Now before checking out the TV itself, I am gonna take a look at the back side because that's where I'm gonna install the part to actually mount this on the mobile cart. And these don't have to be tightened too much, so there's no drill, just a screwdriver, and the same thing over here. And there, just like that. All right, so now here we could see the whole back side. So in here it looks like the AC. Oh, okay, so this is where the power is gonna come from. Right here we have an Ethernet port, USB type A, optical digital audio out, antenna cable. And on the side here we have 3 HDMI ports. And at the bottom, okay, I guess this is gonna be if I wanna just use the regular stand, but because I'm using that stand over there, I don't really need that. I think this is a power button maybe. And then going from the other side. And yeah, that's it. So now, time to put this on my mobile cart. All right, now let me actually plug this in, although this is the cable it comes with and it's gonna be way too short. So I do have a power surge cable extender, so this is gonna make it easier to connect it to the wall. Time to install the batteries. And let's check it out. Okay, that's a press the OK button on the something remote, and it talked pretty fast. But I'm guessing it's referring to maybe this one? Yeah, this is extremely fast. All right, I'll set that up later. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna set up, yeah, with my phone instead. It's probably gonna be easier too. All right, so now it tells me just to scan this QR code, so I'll do that. And it brings me to this LG Thin Q app. Allow, and now let me get started. All right, so sign in. And I'll just log in with Google. All right, now let me just set up the rest of this profile. All right, so setup is complete. I'm just gonna skip this part. All right, there, so here's what the app looks like. So now let me go to devices. Let me add a device. And this is gonna be a TV. All right, TV is turned on, so I'll press done. Connect your product to the same Wi-Fi. Oh, okay, so actually, I don't think I could do that. Yeah, I gotta see if I can connect my TV to the Wi-Fi first. So let me go back to the control and let me see if I can press the back button and set up. Oh, actually, it did pick it up. Look at this. So it picked up the LG WebOS TV UA7500 ZUA, so I'll press that. And let me actually go back and press setup with mobile device. And let me see if anything pops up here. Okay, perfect. So now it gives me a code right over there on the screen. So this is 878. Oh, never mind. It already automatically connected. And there you can see on the TV, it's currently connecting. So this is what my phone looks like, and it tells me to put my password. So I'll put that now. All right, and then connect. All right, it says keep your smartphone close to the TV to connect. The closer the smartphone is to the device, the better. And that's what the TV looks like. So it's still connecting. And let me bring this actually a little bit closer so you could get a better look. All right, and this is what popped up on my phone. So I'll click next, agree to terms. So I'll select all and agree. Press later for now. All right, let's use where I connect all these. All right, All right, so analyzing of user environment, connect all the using devices to your TV and turn them on. Next. So I'll just click none of these for now. Click next. And let me just put my zip code for here. Next, and there. Now it says continue setup on TV. Please continue setup on TV using the controller below. That's cool, so now I have a controller. So actually, I don't know if this is working or not. All right, let me go back to the controller instead. All right, so set always ready and enjoy a unique experience through LG Gallery even when TV is off. So no, I'll actually turn that off. I don't want that. So I'll click next. Okay, so automatic update. Yeah, I want that. Next. And now it's just loading. Okay, LG account sign in. So I'll do a mobile web sign in. All right, let me go back. And let me press device sign in. Let's see what that does. So, okay. It is successfully updated. LG Thin app sign in. Okay, let me do the app instead. All right, so yeah, let me just scan this and see if it takes me directly to the app so I can just sign in. And turn on the TV, turned on. All right, oh, okay, so now it's going through this. So connect your product to the same Wi-Fi that's already connected, so done. And now let me see if this works this time. All right, it says please check the PIN code again. Entering TV PIN code has stopped due to an error. Okay, so I'll press OK. Let me redo that. All right, so same thing again. So let me just exit out of this and then just scan this here. Okay, so now it tells me to enter the code and then I have a code right there. So K, oops, lowercase k, 5Y9Q1. Next. All right, and then let me log in with Google. All right, so select all, agree. All right, so it's signed in. Okay, I have signed in, so it tells me there and it gives me a notification. So, all right, perfect. Now I can give it a nickname. All right, borrows. Press OK. So it's the next day and I finally connected the TV to the LG ThinQ app. And I did the same thing I did yesterday, which was pressing the plus button, clicking add devices, clicking TV, and then going through the steps. But now let me actually show you around the app because this is actually pretty cool and useful. So for starters, here's the whole interface. And right over here, I favorited the device. So now I can click onto the TV itself and it brings up this cool looking menu. So I can go through different apps. For example, right now I'm on YouTube and I'm playing this over here. But if I press any other of these, like for example, Prime Video, I click it and then it loads on over here. Now, just like yesterday, this still is pretty slow to my liking, but I'm happy at least now I can control it with my phone rather than relying it just on a remote control. And speaking of remote control, this is my new remote control now. So I can actually control it using this instead of using this over here, which makes it pretty easy because I always have my phone on hand, and if I ever lose the remote, well, at least I have the phone. And now let's go over how this actually works, because this is pretty cool. So for starters, the bottom here, this is going to be like a trackpad. So when I move it, I'm going to have like a little mouse show up. So if you see there, you can kind of see that showing up. Now I will say it's not the smoothest looking, but it gets the job done. And if I move it quickly, here's what it looks like. So there is going to be some lag. And then over here, I can control the volume and the channel. So if I press the volume up, and then you could see on the right side, right over there, the volume is going up and down. And then I can change the channel, which I don't know if this is going to do anything since I'm on Netflix. Yeah, this isn't really doing anything. I could mute, unmute. I can go to some settings. Let's see if that brings it. Yep, settings go on the sidebar right over there. And I'll close that up. And then I can go home. Or if I want to do something else, if I go to Prime Video, let me pull it up again. There, now it's on Prime. And if I just want to switch between an app, I could just exit out from this remote control. And I could switch over here manually, like press Netflix now instead. And by the way, if you accidentally ever close the remote control, it actually pops up at the bottom here. So I could press it, and it brings this up. And besides the trackpad and the buttons, there are some other controls we get at the bottom. For starters, this right here is going to give me this gesture pad, and we already went over this. If I click on the second one, it'll bring this over here, which is kind of like the remote control. But I don't really like that because there's not really too much to control versus this. I can like move around more freely. And then by the way, when you click on it, it's a tap. It registers it as a tap. There's also the voice control, so I can tell it to tell me something, find me a movie, launch, volume up, volume down, turn off the TV or whatever. And let me actually exit out of that. And at the bottom, you could see that's what shows up. We also have this for numbers. And then some additional controls like play, pause, fast forward, rewind, record, and then I don't know what these other ones do. But that's about it for the control. I can also switch between different settings. So right now, I mean, there's really, oh, I guess I could put live TV. But when I connect something, this is gonna be easy to switch between things. So I'll probably connect like my Switch, and then maybe I'll connect a monitor if I wanna use that, or my laptop if I wanna project whatever I'm seeing onto that screen. And then the rest of the app. I'm not really gonna go over the rest of the app, although you can connect multiple devices. If I get a smart speaker, I can also connect the speaker to this, which is nice. So I'll probably get that just so the volume is nicer versus just using the TV speaker. But yeah, that's about it for the app. Now back to the other stuff. All right, so recommended apps. I do have Prime, so I'll press Prime. I guess I could sign in. All right, so I registered the device now, so it should be good. I'll press done. All right, nice. Prime Video sign in is complete. So next. Okay, so it's installing the app, but it looks like it was finished. Oh, sweet, okay. Okay, and there it is. So now all I have to do is just sign into my other stuff and I should be good. But let me check out Prime Video since that's already signed on. Now, I don't really use Prime Video on a TV before, so I'm not sure how long it should take to load. But for some reason, it still tells me to sign in again. Well, I guess this is get started with Alexa though. So I guess I'll do that too. All right, then right here it says connect to the device, so connect. All right, device connected. All right, sweet, now loaded on the TV. Okay, so I could press and hold over here. At the bottom, although I don't really see an Alexa button here, I just see a Prime Video. So this is like referring to like another control. All right, so I press the Netflix button. Let's see how long it takes to load on this. Oh, it still needs to install, okay. All right, so I'll leave it like that for now, and then let me just switch between things. So let me press Prime Video. Oh, okay, that's switched, and then Netflix. All right, it took a few seconds to load and still loading. Let's go to LG channels. All right, now it's on. Disney. And this also has to install. And now so you can get a better idea of what the image looks like, I'm gonna turn off all the lights here. So there's the top light and then the main light. And ooh, the picture's looking very bright. So now that I pressed all the 4 different ones, all right, so now that I pressed all Prime Video, LG channels, Disney, and Netflix, I'm gonna go to them again, see if they speed up. So now let me go to Prime Video. All right, that still took a while. Let's go to Netflix. All right, now let's go to Disney Plus. Oh, that was quick. And then LG channels. All right, and there it is. All right, so as far as first impressions goes, this TV doesn't feel the fastest when I switch between these 4 different services. They're kind of slow, although Disney Plus for some reason just goes really quickly. Picture, it looks very beautiful. Right now I'm playing The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, so I want to see how it looks like a little bit, and so you can get an idea of what it's like. Now I'm pretty sure I can see the pixels. It looks kind of grainy over here, but that might just be because of this particular movie. Either way, I'm not mad, still impressed, especially for what I paid for this. It's a good value for the price, especially at 50 inches. This is pretty nice. But yeah, I'm excited to start using this TV, not just over here in the office space / living room, but also moving it to the bedroom when I want to watch some things. But yeah, I think it was a good buy, and also I'm glad I did get this mobile TV cart just so I can move it around. But yeah, that's a quick look at the LG UA75.